Welcome to RISKSA TV. We're here at the second day of the insurance conference at Sun City, and we're speaking to Insure CEO Anton Ossip. Welcome, and thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Firstly, you've launched an app and a driving challenge. Tell us about that and what the uptake has been like.
Sure, it's a free app effectively for anyone to download. You don't have to be a Discovery Insure customer. It's available for users of iPhones or Android phones, and effectively gives you a sense of how you're driving. So once the app's downloaded, it starts recording immediately, knowing when you drive, when you stop a drive, and gives you a score on how you drive. It also gives you tickets into a draw, and effectively the more tickets you have, the greater your chance of winning some really amazing prizes. But probably the most important part, or most significant part that we found, is how people like to compete with each other. So it's got a leaderboard, people invite their friends, their families, their co-workers, and they compete to see who is the best driver. So ready to settle that score, I think, once and for all, in terms of who's the best driver.
Sounds pretty exciting. It's obviously also giving you a lot of information about your clients. How much information are you getting, and how does it help you?
So it is a significant amount of data. So it gives us data in terms of how people drive, when they drive, where they drive, and importantly, it allows us to understand why accidents take place. So as Discovery Insure, our mission is to create a nation of safe drivers. So we want to improve the way people drive, but to know that, you need to know why accidents take place. And this data is another important data set to help us achieve that our ultimate mission.
Is collecting all this information worth it?
We believe it is. Yes, it is a lot of data. You need to know what to do with it. You need to have pretty good analytical and system skills to manage it. But it really opens up a whole world for us in terms of both understanding our clients, giving a real personalized offering, as well as providing some other very important life-saving features. For example, knowing when someone has an accident, as soon as they have an accident. You know, you could be lying on the side of the road in an accident, no one's aware of it. The data could well be the difference, or the telematics could well be the difference between having an ambulance out there straight away or waiting hours for someone to find you. So it creates a number of life-saving features which we think are so invaluable that it definitely is worth it.
Are you taking up all those opportunities? Are you assisting your clients if you see something like that happen?
Yes, we are. So we run a 24-hour service for our clients effectively, where we reach out to any client where it looks like they've been in an accident. Sometimes it's a false alarm, they may have hit a speed bump, going a bit too quick, or other times it's a genuine accident. Either way, we'll call them and find out if they're okay. We're also helping our clients understand if their vehicle's been driven by someone else. So we have a unique piece of technology we've developed called driver DNA, which is the fingerprint of how you drive. So you drive in a certain way. If someone else drives your vehicle, chances are they drive in a different way. And if we pick that up, we'll phone you to find out if you're okay. There's a chance your car's been stolen, and we'll alert you to that, so at least we can take immediate action to recover your vehicle for you.
All very interesting stuff. I think what everyone wants to know is if the company is using this information for pricing or just all the good stuff.
Yeah, so it is used for pricing, but in a different sort of way. So the majority of your pricing benefit is your monthly cashback that you get. So our clients, after month one of being with us, get a cashback, which is quite significant. It's up to 750 Rand per vehicle that they can get back depending on how they drive. You can see that as a price discount effectively, because it's really money back after paying your premium. So that is the most significant effect that it has on pricing. It's to some extent used, but only in extreme cases at renewal. So it's one of many factors that we use. So it's got a really quite a small effect ultimately on renewal. But we think there'll be a day when your price that you pay for insurance will be linked directly to how you drive, not whether you've been unlucky enough to have a few claims or not.
Rewarding the good drivers.
Ultimately.
How is this useful for brokers? It's obviously got lots of benefits for the clients, but how can brokers use this?
So I think the data set that it gives brokers really, I think, changes the conversation that they can have with their clients. Right now, I think brokers to some extent are competing on transactional ability. How quickly can they place insurance? How cheaply can they place insurance? And ultimately, the world of the internet and direct insurers are making it too easy to compete with brokers who are offering really good, rich advice of years and years of experience, but clients aren't seeing it. They're just seeing how efficient is it to get an insurance quote. This changes the conversation and allows brokers to know not just what their clients are paying, which is obviously still important, but how they're driving, how they can change the way they drive, and by changing the way they're driving, how they can ultimately lower the long-term cost for their clients. No internet site can compete with that. So it really, to me, opens up a world for brokers that currently, up to now, hasn't existed. They become what we term the risk coach to their clients.
So do you think in some cases technology is replacing the need for advice?
I don't think you can ever replace the need for advice. I think clients always have very specific needs. I think the need for a conversation with the client to understand the exact circumstances, we've seen it. I put up some stats earlier that show that clients with good advice from brokers have 30% lower rate of complaints with the ombudsman. They lapse their policies 40% less. Advice definitely adds value. However, if advice is just how can I shop around to get you the cheapest insurance premium, the argument is that really advice. And we'd say that telematics offers a layer of advice that really differentiates financial advisors from call centers, direct insurers, as well as, more importantly, internet sites.
Just have to be a little bit savvy.
You have to know what to do with it, and you need to be open-minded to a totally different conversation that you have never had before.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for joining us. For RISKSA TV, I'm Christy van der Merwe.